eyes full of pure curiosity. Has to be taken seriously. Very probability. It's a visual fallacy. Strength of your imagination. Repercussion fascination. All your thoughts are left to follow. Only answers gone forever and ever, 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 ever. War of nerves before you do it. Your aggression see you through it. Cuckoo landing far away. We will fight another day. Strong to see reality. Is this real or fantasy? Spacious months and castle hills. After effect of exit bills, exit bills, exit bills. Ecstasy.
Are we live? I think we are live on YouTube. How is everyone doing? Right, just can you just say if you can hear me in chat, because last stream you couldn't hear me because I didn't have it on the mic on, but I'm sure I've got it switched on today. So if you could please just say so in the chat, that would be absolutely marvellous. Waiting with bating breath here. Tell you what I'll do. Right, it's okay. I've just had a listen on the telly. So, yes, we are live. So, how's everyone doing? Big love to you all. Thanks for tuning in on this Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. And I'm actually on time for a change. Yeah, big thanks for tuning in. Anyone who's watching on replay, thank you very much. Right, we got something a little bit different today because this is, I'm classing this as a hybrid review, because basically what I'm going to do is, instead of doing the build exactly live, I've done a little bit of cheating. After work yesterday, I filmed the build section, no sound or anything, and I'm going to narrate over the top, but it is going to be live. There's no editing in it, but I would just be putting it on as a bit of a scene, and I'll be talking over the top, so that could be quite interesting. I just thought the quality of the download might be a little bit better if we use the old Canon EOS M50 mirrorless camera rather than the old Logitech. So that's what we're going to do. We got the unboxing, which is filmed using that as well, but I'm quite excited to do this one because yeah, it's something I've never done before. Just got to hope that the video actually plays when I flick it over onto it in a little while. Right, so let's just give a few shout outs. This one isn't going to be long, guys. I've got to go out later for my lovely granddaughter's 3rd birthday party, jelly and ice creams, later on this afternoon. So this one, I'm hoping to get it done within the hour, maybe an hour and a quarter, something like that. So fingers crossed with that one. Right, let's have a look through chat. We've got 18 in the house, which is pretty wonderful for a Saturday afternoon. Just like to say a big thank you to everyone that's joined me. Let's scroll up and give some people a few hellos. Simon62, you're watching this on replay later, hopefully. So big love, mate. Hope you have a nice day. Late Night Vape Show, good afternoon, sir. Subhome Silver Reviews. Hey, Mikey boy. Nice one, buddy. Peter Kendall, afternoon Mike, how's things? Yeah, all good, thanks, mate. Nice bit of sunshine out on the south coast, which is always nice. Tom Radio Exact International, hi. How you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well, Tom. Cheech. View deleted message. Chris, don't be anal on the deletions, mate. I can look after that. Adrian Mason, here you fine, nice one. And hello, Ash and Elvis's Aguna. Hey, bro. Right, how is everyone doing? Right, so like I say, we're going to get down onto the downloads in a minute. We're going to do the unboxing and have a quick look around the tank, and then we're going to do the build as well. But like I say, I have pre-recorded those sections and I will be narrating over the top. So this could be a bit of fun, this one. AVC Reviews, how are you all doing? Right, we have got some other reviewers in the house, so I will shout them out. So go give them a sub because I'm nice like that. We've got the Late Night Vape Show. We've got Subhome Silver Reviews, who also does EC Click written reviews, and he's got his own YouTube channel. Tom Radio Exact has got his own radio channel. Check that one out. And we've got AVC Reviews, who's also a fellow YouTuber like myself. So if you haven't done before, check out those guys. Right, we just got a little tipple here. It's a bit of an old mount cider. I'm not going mad as it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but basically it's a pineapple and raspberry number here. So a little bit of that. We got a nice fruity vape. We got summer blackcurrant vape on the go, Just Jam strawberry as well, and we've also got a bit of Kerno black on the go. So I'll just tell you what I'm vaping on quick, and then we'll get down on the download section. Right, so we've got the clutch here, clutch, a mechanical device with the Gator RDTA in single direct to lung core mode. Just reviewed this one last week if you want to check it out. I love it. Flavour Chaser. So that's on the channel. The clutch is also on the channel as well. One thing I don't mention very often, but I have got playlists of all my different genres. So if you want sub-ohm kits, we've got mechanical mods, regulated mods, all that sort of thing. They're on my playlist. And also, if you want to check out my website, it's probably a little bit more user-friendly on there. So I'm just going to put the link in chat. But we have just done I've done a little blog over there, a written blog. But all of my reviews, live shows and everything are on there. A little bit about me. We've got my Instagram feed, so you've got all the pics and everything like that. And how to get me on social media is all on the website. So it'd be great if you could check it out. There's also a couple of written reviews over there as well. Right, we've got the Glint mod and Nautilus GT tank. You can buy it as a kit or you can buy them separate. The review is on the channel for these babies here. And this is a bit of a mouth-to-lung setup with a Stockwell tank. Awesome little kit that from Aspire. Only cost me about 38 quid as well. So do your shopping, you might be able to find a bargain. Right, JK Juggernaut V2 by QP Design. This is my favourite tank at the moment. The live review was done 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it's sitting on top of the Aegis X, the Aegis Max mod. But this is a awesome dual core flavour tank, this one. It doesn't leak because we got top airflow. But yeah, cracking setup that one is. And we've also got the trusty old Go for Vape double up single core direct to lung with the Asmodus Colossal. All of the reviews of all these items are on my channel or website, guys, so please check them out. Cheers, AVC. Yeah, I'm enjoying them as well, mate. Hopefully it's a little bit different today. We have done the down low and the build section pre-recorded with no sound, so I will be talking over the top, so looking forward to that. And of course, we've got what we're reviewing today. We've got the Pyro V3 on the top side carbon. And the other good thing about me doing those before, I've already built it up so I can vape on it now, which is great. So I'll give you a little teaser. Oh yeah, baby. We got the Cobra tip from the Rebirth RTA on there, so it matches the old carbon pretty well, that one. Right, so yeah, cheers, Chris. Yeah, I did my own ST top, went on Vistaprint and did it, but I'm sure they won't mind me advertising their brand, Ford Performance. So yeah, enjoying it. I thought, fuck it, why not? So let's have a look. Let's see how many we got in here, and let's get on with the review. We got 21 in. So like I said, a big love to you all. Right, so this could be interesting. We're going to now put it into, we're going to go down low, and I better get my wits about me because I've got to talk over the top of this one. So yeah, this could be quite interesting, this. Just look at the stream health. It all looks to be working okay, so that is good. Right, Elvis is the made the mistake of selling the M25 during lockdown. Just bought another, really did miss it. Yeah, the M25 is good, but I prefer the Juggernaut V2 myself. Just think it's I just prefer it, but check out the review if you haven't done already. Right, so let's get on with it then, guys. As ever, when we're doing this, I'm not going to be able to keep up on chat, so do forgive me if I miss out your comments, because I really need to concentrate on what I'm doing here. But we will be back up top, and then we'll go down to the build as well. So let's go down low and hope that it works. Here we go. Wrong one. Here we go. Right, so here is the box that it comes with. Pyro V3 RDTA. We got French worn in there. Vandy Vape on that side. Right, we've also got the address of the company on that side, Vandy Vape, and the colour and the barcode and all of that scratch and check nonsense on that side. On the back, we've just got the contents for you. Right, so let's just open it out of the box, and we get a spare 2mm glass tank. There's your top section, and there is your base. This one is 24mm by 37mm without the drip tip, guys. We get a QC card there, as always. We get a couple of coils included in the package. We got fused Claptons here. They look pretty decent. I haven't used them yet because I always use trusty old Nature Vape ones because he sponsors the channel. He doesn't sponsor it. He provides the coils for it, I should say. I don't get paid for anything on this channel. Right, there's a bit of a coily tool rip-off that you get with the Vandy Vape products, but when I do my builds, I always use the trusty old coily tool, which is this bad boy here. We got the MF Vape in a silver. I think that was a limited edition run. Right, so a little instruction manual as well. You don't need that because I'll be running through it today. And we get your usual bag of goodies, lots of O-rings, 4 Phillips style screws. You get a flathead here, and you also get this little Allen key, which is used for removing the squonk pin, which you can see now on the screen just there. So you can put that one in if you want to squonk it, because this is a squonking RDTA, guys. So 2mm capacity isn't that great, but if you put it on something like the top side or the top side carbon, you're going to get 10mm capacity as well as the tank. So that's 12mm in theory you can get. Right, so here's the tank then. We just put it all together like that. So looks quite tidy, this one. It's got a nice 810 fitting drip tip there. We've got O-ring around the top, so all your aftermarket tips should fit in there. Excuse the light level there. Pyro engraved on the side. Lovely engraving there. We've got no rough edges, anything like that. Bit of design work around the top as well. So plug that in like that. All my tips have worked. Quick look on the bottom. We got the usual branding going on, designed and manufactured by Vandy Vape, Pyro V3. And we do have a gold-plated 510 pin with the peak insulator, which is proud. So yeah, that should be okay to use on a hybrid mechanical device, but make sure that peak insulator is up there and is looking just like that. You want your positive pin to be protruding by at least 1 mil, really. Right, so we've got it on the mod here, and you've noticed we've got 18 honeycomb airflow holes on this one. It is adjustable, but like I say, you can just put it around like that. There's no stopper on the actual top cap, which is a little bit annoying though, but you can like knock off the columns just like that. But yeah, like I say, it is adjustable, but it's not the best adjustability, because what I would like is to be able to leave the bottom airflow open and just adjust the top rows independently, but you can't quite do that. So you have to do it just like I'm showing you there. But yeah, you can knock it down. I knock it down a little bit for my vape. There's inside there. So that piece in there is it's like press fitted, so you can't take it out. But that's basically how the AFC works. So it spins round inside. So you have to locate it with there's some locating points on there. There's the airflow holes. So you notice there, those two blocks, they sort of marry up on the deck, but that's where the bottom airflow's coming through those holes there. We've got a little bit of doming inside there as well. And here is the deck section. Excuse the focus there. Right, so there's your bottom airflow. Like I say, it comes through the side on here. So you can mount your coils quite low. I use 5mm on the coily tool. Just zoom in on the screws. Like they are Phillips, but you can use a small flathead as well. Would you believe it? Just like that. Excuse that, the stream's buggering up. That is what you get for doing it like this. What's up, everyone who's just joined me? So there's the locating points on there. So when you get your deck, you have to like marry it up with the piece on the deck. Get it in the camera angle like it, so it just flits in like that. You'll find it when you do it, and then it should plug in just like that. I'll show you in a minute when we go back up top. What's up, everyone in chat? I will respond a little bit later on, but I'm doing the live narration here, so I must concentrate. Right, so to remove the regular 510 pin, you just use a flathead screwdriver. That one comes out. It's actually in two parts because it is like an adjustable pin, this one. So first of all, you'll unscrew the first part and that falls out just like that. And then you need to get a slightly smaller screwdriver to take the rest of the pin out. What's up, Jose or Jose, depending where you're from. What's up, Cheech as well, and Chris L. I will come back to you later on. Right, so that's that part. So you have to take the rest of the pin out using a thinner screwdriver. So a little bit annoying, but you get the heads up from me here. That's how you do it. So that one just pops out like that. And then you can just put that one back together if you want. But to get your squonk pin in, you grab that, and we're using the Allen key that comes with it, or you can use the Core Master one. The tri-pin Core Master Allen key is the one I use. But this tank does disassemble. You can take it all apart just like that. We've got O-rings at the top and the bottom of this one. You don't have to do this, but I'm just showing you for the actual review. So there you go, there's your bottom O-ring there. There's your 2mm glass tank. You can't make it any bigger, the capacity, but it does squonk. And here's a look at the other bit of the section here. Bloody camera kept on going out of focus. So you've got a little O-ring there where the threads are. So there's where your cotton goes through here on the deck. And I cut the legs rather short. You can fill up through the side holes there if you don't want to use squonking. And then you just see that O-ring there for that other piece. So hold it just like that when you're putting the base back on, because it won't stay on. You have to sort of keep hold of it just like that. And get it all finger tight. You don't need to do this to get the squonk pin in. I'm just showing you how it does come apart. I've just got an Android and can't find the @ symbol. You probably need to go through the bottom left of it, mate. You have to scroll through it. Right, so there's your tri tool to get that pin nicely done up. Yeah, it is a nice looking RDTA, Tom, and it is a nice drip tip as well. The only reason I've got the purple one on is because we've got a purple mod. I do like using that drip tip. Right, so we've now got that pin in after all that faffing about, but I was just showing you how you can change the glass or give it a clean and all of that, because it does come apart. And there we have it on the mod. We got that on the Aegis Max. Bloody camera, I can't believe it's not focusing. It's 700 quid's worth. Right, so that is basically it assembled. So now we're going to go back up top, have another quick word with you all, and then we will go down and do the build section, which has been pre-recorded, and we will be narrating over the top. So let's just have a look on YouTube, see how we're doing on here. We've got 26 watching in the house, which is marvellous. Big love to all that have tuned in. So that is basically your unboxing and a little good look around that tank. Like I said, 24mm by 37 with the drip tip on. It's obviously going to be bigger depending on what one you put on it. So that is that. We're going to have a couple of vapes on it, and then we'll go and do the build. Right, everyone who's in chat, anyone who's watching or in chat, if you wouldn't mind giving the video a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, if you could subscribe, hit the bell notification, that'd be awesome. But everyone who's watching this, I want to see some thumbs up, guys, because it really does help out with the analytics of the channel. So big thanks for that. So a couple of more people joined us in chat. We got Chris L, Elvis is a gooner. Does the Juggernaut have restrictive airflow? Watch the review, mate. It's slightly restricted, but it's a lot more open than the V1. But I love it. Give you a puff on it now. But you're getting really good flavour. It's no way near as restrictive as the V1, but it's perfect for me. It's not mega open though, so if you like really mega open vapes, you might not like it. But yeah, check out the review on the channel. It is on the channel or the website. Just search for Juggernaut V2. You can just put in MF Vape Juggernaut V2 and it should come up, in fact. You can also turn it into an RDTA. I don't think you can on this one, Tom, because basically that bottom piece is all attached to it. So there's no section where you can turn it into an RDTA. So unless you know other than me, you can't do that, buddy. Cheers, Neil. Thanks for that, buddy. Right, a couple more puffs and get onto that build. Like I say, we've got to do this in a little bit of quick time today, guys, because I'm going out for my granddaughter's 3rd birthday party this afternoon. You found it now, Late Night Vape Show. Nice one, bud. Yeah, so I haven't got too many RDTAs on the channel. I don't think I've got many at all, in fact. We got some small ones like the Flavour RDTA. Probably a couple of others I can't remember, but the main one I first got was the Limitless Plus, which was made by iJoy about 3 or 4 years ago. I got that one, and it's a bit of a monster, and it wasn't the best flavour in the world. This one, because we've got that reduced chamber in it, it really does help with the flavour, this one. But yeah, like I say, compared with the old school RDTAs, this one is a whole lot better. Joe say my daughter's 1st birthday in a couple of weeks. Big love to you. Happy birthday to your daughter, mate, when it does happen. Right, just crack open another pineapple and raspberry non-alcoholic cider, of course. And we'll get on to that build section very shortly. My son's 33rd on the 24th. Happy birthday to your son as well. I can never remember your name, mate. Put it in chat again, but I'm useless. Right, anyway, let's get on with it. Let's get on with the build section. Hope it works. Let's do that again. Right, here we go. So of course, we've got Nature Vape calls. He provides the calls for my channel. We've got a couple of aliens we're using today. This is what they look like. They come in packs of 8. There might be more than 8 in there, but that's because I put a couple of packs in there. Really good calls, reasonable prices. They are mass produced, but they're very good, and that's what we use on the channel. So I've cut my core legs at 5mm. You can do what you want, but I find 5mm works perfectly well with this particular RDTA. Right, so of course it isn't going to focus again, the old camera which I pre-recorded. Doesn't like being up too close to the old EOS M50, but there you go. You can use Phillips or a small flathead for this one. You'll notice we have got a peak insulator in there which separates the positive. There, you can just see it there. So the right hand side is your positive. The left hand side with the airflow on is the negative, because that's connected to the actual the base there. And we've got nice size screws with this one. You can have it in single core if you want, or dual core. Just make sure you've got opposing legs on each side. We're going to be doing dual core today because that's what I prefer in this sort of tank. And for any of those that are asking if I've tried it in single core, unfortunately I haven't done, because with previous experience with these sort of tanks, I find that they're too big for a single core to work brilliantly unless you put a massive coil in there. So it's up to you, but we got quite big wicking slots in here, so you need a lot of cotton. So maybe a 5 or 6mm you could use in single core, but I always say if it takes dual core gives much better flavour anyway, in my opinion. What's up, Lisa? Lovely. Right, so do your screws up. You can use flathead or a Phillips. I used to use a flathead afterwards because it gives a little bit more torque on it, so it gets that core nice and tight, especially if you're using a complex core like we're using today. I've turned my life around having a kid. She was born when I was in prison and haven't got into trouble since. Big love for that one, Jose. Right, so we're getting this built then, guys. So concentrate on the video. So you get your coils in just like that. Give it a nice torquing down. You want these nice and tight because it gives you a better connection with the actual, with a nice tightly tightened down tank. Better connection gives you more clouds and flavour. So we're just going through that just like that. So there you can see we've got the bottom airflow, so try and get it sort of in the middle of that. I tend to put it over a little bit. I try and get a gap in the middle of about 1mm as well. And put it up and down, get it nice and taut, the coil. And then in a minute we can give it a dry burn and get it all, rid of any hot spots and that. Make sure it's glowing evenly from the inside out. So there we go, we've got perfectly installed coils there because I use the Coil tool. So if you haven't got one already, check out the Coil tool, coiltool.co.uk, and get yourself one, because if you're using Postis decks, it's an absolute dream because you get perfect heights on your coils. So there we go, it coming out about 0.12 ohms. Give it a couple of strums. I tend to pull it out with my tweezers as well so I can slightly space it. I think you get better flavour with space coils, and it also gets rid of the hot spots if you got a space coil, so you don't need to do as much pulsing. So a little bit of a tug on both ends, that just releases it apart a little bit, and you're good to go. So that's about it. Cheers, late up Vape Show. Didn't catch your name again. You probably told me, but I've missed it. LMVS, I'll call you. So there you go. We've got slightly space cool now without any hot spots in it. So like I say, try and get a little gap in the middle there, so then you can get the airflow coming through the centre as well, and it should get full airflow coverage. Just make sure at the sides it's pulled in enough so that the bottom airflow is hitting the sides as well. Of course, we've got side airflow as well, so when you put the top cap on, you are going to be getting side airflow. So 5mm just means that the air can travel underneath the bottom underside of the core. If you do it any higher, you might not be well, you can do it higher, but you just got to experiment at your heart's content. Oh, it's Mick. Hello, Mick. How you doing, buddy? I shouldn't forget that one. Right, so we're letting the cool down now. This is great doing it beforehand because I don't have to actually... it's so much less stress. When you're building live, so much less stress. Because I did this last night, it's basically a live video, but I didn't do any talking. So now I'm doing the talking instead. So pull your cotton through. It's probably a little bit tight, this cotton, by the way, guys. But I went that far and I carried on going. But I'm using some cotton I got from... I think it's made by... I can't remember who it's made by. I got it from Evolution Vaping, one of the old string cottons. Let's have a look in it. Don't think it says. Can't remember what it's called now, the cotton, but it was about £2.49 for 20 pieces. It works very well indeed. Right, with this one, because we've only got a 2mm capacity tank, I tend to cut the leads so they're just literally coming through the bottom into where the tank is. You can do them longer if you like, so anyone who's watching this saying I've cut them too short, it's just what I prefer because I'd rather have 2mm of juice in there rather than 2mm of cotton. So you can do what you like, but I prefer having them nice and short, so literally they're just poking through, and then it gives you more chance to have more e-liquid in the bottom. Give it a good raking out. This is an RDTA. It's relying on the capillary action of the wicking of the cotton. So you want to make sure it's nicely raked out and brushed, basically. So if you've got nice strands, so it can work its way up easier. So I always give my cotton a bit of a raking out. Make sure you've still got enough to fill up the juice wicking ports, though, because you don't want it too loose. Otherwise, when you do the old Jenny tilt, it'll come out and flood out. So you've still got to make sure you've got enough cotton in there. Right, everyone in chat's more interested in chatting than watching my build, so we'll carry on talking anyway. So you just get your cotton in there just like that. Like I said, nice and short, this one. It gives you all that room for the juice to flow in the tank. We're using it in squonk mode today. We've got the top side carbon underneath there, so you can squonk 2ml of juice in at a time. The carbon or the top side, any top side holds 10ml of juice, so you're getting 5 tanks worth using it in squonk mode. So yeah, it's pretty decent. I don't know why you could just have an RDA though and squonk it instead, but this one is just an RDTA. You can't change it into an RDA or an RSA, I should say. Glad you're enjoying the Juggernaut V2, mate. I love it. Anyone else who hasn't got it, check out the review on the channel. Awesome tank. This little bad boy here. There you go. That cotton, to be honest, that cotton, I've cut slightly too short on that other side. This side's perfect, but the other side, you probably have it slightly longer. But there you go. When you're building it and you're recording it, it's very hard to get it spot on, especially if you're blind like I am. He's so precious. No, it's just funny. When you do these live premieres or live reviews, people don't seem to actually watch what you're doing. They're just busy talking to you. So it's just funny. But saying that, they'd probably just be skimming past of it in the actual, if I did a normal review anyway. So carry on chatting, guys. I'm only having a laugh. All right, we've got some Just Jammy strawberry bought from e-liquid Flavour concentrate. You can buy it from e-liquid Flavour concentrate, 50ml of concentrate that brings it up to a 250 capacity if you use your own VG and NIC. Retail price is $9.99. And I'm not affiliated with them. I just like shouting out companies that I think are good and do decent deals. Incidentally, I bought the Pyro V2 from Le Petit Vapoteur in France. They've still got a code on till the end of today for 20% off. If you want to go over there, make yourself an account, and you can get 20% off. And when you've logged in, you get cheaper prices anyway. But that is the tank built up. If you want to fill it manually, you can do it through the side piece there. That's just confirmation we got the top side carbon on there. 10 ml of juice. But you see those holes on adjacent to the coils. That's where you fill it up if you want to do it without squonking. So just put your needle tip thing through there. And this is it in squonky mode. I got this everywhere because I was squonking it and I was tilting it over to try and see how much juice in. It was coming out the other hole which you fill in. So yeah, don't do this. Don't hold it on its side because you'll get a bloody mess everywhere. But Le Petit Vapoteur is the website. I can't remember what how you spell it. Something like that. Maybe Crystal can have a search for it for me and put a link in. But yeah, I get no commission for shouting out these people. I just do it. But that is basically it. We've got the Pyro V3 RDTA cooled and wicked up. So let's go back up to the main camera, and we are back. Right, so that is the unboxing and the build done. So what do I think of this particular tank? Right, we'll have a couple of swigs. What's up, Jose? Had to get on my old lady's phone, mine died. Why isn't she on here as well, mate? But yeah, I paid about €21, but got 20% off, I think, when I bought this one. So what's that? £17, free delivery if you spend over €30. So get yourself a few other items. But it's coming over from Cherbourg in France. But yeah, turn around 3 or 4 days, no customs charges, anything like that. We also bought the Juggernaut V2 from them, and we've got some other items. Thanks, Tom, for the recognition of the particular build. EFC have a Flavour, a 20% discount code with Flavour 20. Nice one, Ash. I think I got a discount when I bought it, but I didn't know they still had one on. But that's good to know. Cheers, AVC. Thanks for that, guys. Right, so I'm going to get on with talking about this one now. So 24mm in diameter, 37 in height. You can have it on a squonk mod, or you can put the regular 510 pin in and just put it on a normal mod like this, which is, it's got to be a pro, that has, because you've got a bit of versatility there. I was paying attention, MFH, sent it straight after your comment bit and never made it on. No worries, buddy. Sorry, when I'm just doing this, because normally with a review you can talk and this, that and the other. It's just a little bit harder when you're doing it live. But I'm only joking, crack on doing it. But I must tell you about what I think about this tank. I can't pick up on all the comments straight away. But yeah, so we can have it in a regular tank mode, or you can have it on a squonk device. So that is definitely a pro. You've got 810 fitting drip tip, and it's a lovely O-ring in there. It really holds the tips in nice. Just put the one that comes with it back on. There we go. We've got a nice green and orange effect one. Build quality on this one is very good indeed. O-ring tolerances are good when you pull the cap off. One slight niggle though, getting this piece back on. Sometimes if you've adjusted the airflow, it's hard to get it exactly back on easy. But you've just got to take your time, put it on just like that. So build quality is very good with this one. We have got a couple of cons though. You see we've got adjustable airflow here. In fact, I'll just go down to the low camera. Right, we got adjustable airflow, but because there's no stopper on this top cap, you sort of have to hold the tank whilst you're spinning it to adjust it. It's not so bad now because it's lubed up a bit, but you can just spin that round and round and round, and it just doesn't stay there. So when you're taking it off the device, you might want to grab hold of that bottom piece there and do that. So that is a little bit of a con. I wish it just had some sort of hard stop on the AFC control. But we'll have a few puffs on it now. So we'll leave it fully open just like that. Go back up top. And give it a few puffs then. So right, it's good that you can use single coil or dual coil in it because of the way that they position the postless deck. So easily put a single coil in, put it over to the middle. I suggest using a big coil though because you need lots of cotton. Right, we got it at 90 watts. With RDTAs, you tend to want to tilt it over so it gets the liquid into that cotton. So here we go. Right, that's fully open. We got 0.11 it's coming out at. So that's not enough wattage, even 90 watts. So I'm going to have to crank it right up. Right, 110, here we go. That's better, a really good hit you're getting now. This is a cloud chucking beast. Airflow rating with it fully open. 1 being a super tight vape, 10 being a mega wide, like breathing in fresh air. It is quite an airy vape, this one, guys. We're talking 9, maybe 9.5 out of 10. So with it fully open, it is quite an airy vape. But this is just all subjective. You might not find it as airy as me or the other way round. For that reason, I like to close off the airflow hole. I'll just put it down low just to show you how I like to rock it. Right, so that position there, this is also a little con where you can only close off the bottom airflow as well as the top airflow. So when you're spinning that round, the wrong way. So if you want to close off the bottom, you've already closed it off and you've just got top airflow showing there. So the bottom airflow does give you good flavour, so I like to loosen that off a bit. So this is my preferred position, just like that. So you're now getting bottom and top airflow, but not quite as much, which restricts the airflow, which gives you better flavour. So here we go. We're going to give you a little puff with it, just like that. Put the wattage down to about 100 watts. Lovely. Really good. My mouse keeps freezing as well. Yeah, so the airflow across the board is smooth. But if we just close that off a little bit more, we'll just show you what it's like with just those bottom few holes open at the top, because you can't have airflow on the top and bottom if you do it like that. But it really does hamper the flavour if you have it like that. Just put it down to 90. But it's not bad actually, but I just prefer having that little bit of bottom airflow. In fact, it's very good. So you can just have it a little bit of top airflow with no bottom airflow, but you just got to experiment at your heart's content. But basically it's really smooth across the board. If you wanted to try it with just 2 holes on the top, like 4 holes on each side, knock the wattage down. If you use a higher ohm build, you could probably do it like that. Get a more restrictive vape. And it works very well. Awesome flavour and awesome smooth airflow across the board with this one. Like I say, I just like to vape it just like that. So we've got 8 holes on the top and 3 holes on the bottom showing. Right, so couple more drags and we'll give you the flavour rating. Might give it a little squonk actually. Let's get that juice level rising. There you go. So we've now got 2 mil again in there. $100 watts, and let's have a puff. Absolutely awesome. Flavour on this one is right up there. It's up there with some of the best RTAs I've ever tried. It's a good 9 to 9.5 out of 10 for flavour, if not more. Cracking. I prefer using the Juggernaut V2, to be honest, but this is good, but it's just a little bit, it's not that tall, but it just looks a bit, doesn't look as good as the JK. That's all subjective to you, to me, but it is a really good, flavourful, smooth airflow tank, this one. And if you play your cards right, buy it. There's sales on this everywhere. I think eSig1 might do them. I got it from Le Petit Vapoteur. Rentree 20 if you want 20% off up till the end of the 5th, which is today. Go over to Le Petit Vapoteur and you can get it for about 17 quid. Bear in mind, you would have to pay delivery unless you spend over 30 euros though. But if you do, you get free delivery from France, and it took 4 days to get over to me in the UK. So that is awesome. So for that sort of money, we are talking one of the bargains of the year for me. This one was released about a year ago, I do believe, the V3 RDTA. But I think it's cracking. I've really enjoyed it. I'm still going to enjoy it. I'm going to carry on using this one. You can get it in a number of different colours as well. You can get your blacks, your blues, stuff like that. I haven't got a picture. You'll have to have a look on Google. But I just think it's really nice. One thing I would have liked it to have had some sort of stopper on the top cap. But apart from that, it gets a huge thumbs up from me. And I hate to admit it because it's from Vandy Vape and I've had some run-ins in the past with them. But it is a very good tank. Now, one other little con I forgot to mention with this one, guys. If you're using it not in squonk mode, this one has got a leaky bottom. Now, I know Neil Cousins alluded to that with Vandy Vape tanks. And I have found, even by tightening up the regular 510 pin, if you're going to use this on a regular mod, I was finding the underneath was getting liquid under it, which is what the problem I encountered with my Vandy Vape Coil V2 and I think the Canon V1 for that matter. So that is another slight niggle. So for me, this is best to use in squonk mode because it doesn't matter if you get liquid under the bottom because you're using it on a squonk mod and you're going to get liquid under there anyway. But just periodically, don't know if you can see it on there. There's not much on there, but you're just getting a little bit of seepage going on. Periodically, just get yourself a bit of tissue, wipe it down, and you're good to go. But for me, this one is definitely better in squonk mode because you're getting that much better capacity. 2mm capacity is going to be another con because it's not very much if you're just using it on a regular mod. The old Limitless, the Ideal Limitless had about 6mm, which is a lot better. But for a squonking RDTA, don't think you can go wrong for the price. So that is the end of this review, guys. So we'll do a little time check there. It's 10 to 2. And where's my pen? When I do the, actually, when this one's rendered now, I'm going to put some timestamps on it so I can remind myself when the actual review's done and what time the build sections and that are. UK Vapester, how you doing, little sweetheart? Hope you're doing very well indeed. Right, guys, so we've done the review, so I'll scroll up a little bit in chat because I have been a little bit ignorant there. I didn't mean to be, but I was just getting the review done, so I can concentrate a little bit on the chat now. Anyone who's just joining us, the review has been done. When it's been rendered, you will be able to watch the show back, and I will try and put some timestamps on it later on. Right, anything said then? So Ash said about the Flavour 20 discount on FC. Jose saying she doesn't vape, still smoke, trying to get her to switch. She just isn't ready. Fair enough, mate. Keep plugging on. Make sure you do. It's going to be a bumpy winter. Yeah, take care, Tom. I've been looking at getting one of these Street Sleeper. I think you can't go wrong, mate. The flavour is outstanding from it. Adrian Mason, No, you can't just have bottom airflow. It's exactly how I showed you on there. That's where we got cons. You have to have either top and bottom or just top on its own. You can also spin your coils yourself, mate. And which brand do you use? I don't spin my own coils, mate. I use Nature Vape, which you can see when I put it onto the down low. If you just look at the bottom right corner, naturevape.co.uk is where I get my coils, because he supplies them for the channel. You can pick them up for about 7-8 quid for a packet of 8 aliens, fused Claptons, single Claptons, mouth to lung Claptons, mouth to lung fuse, mouth to lung tri-core fuse. They got all sorts on there, quad core fuse, and they're really good coils and highly recommended. So let's have a look. HTTPS naturevape.co.uk. I'm allowed to put links in here because it's my channel, but I don't think anyone else is. But there you go. Head over to Nature Vape. Really nice bloke Mark Burns is. So if you're watching Mark or you're watching on the replay, hello to you, sir. So how is everyone doing then? We're going to wrap this one up in the next 8 minutes. We're going offline at 2 o'clock because we are going to my lovely granddaughter's 3rd birthday party later on. So we've got 8 more minutes if you want to ask me anything. Yeah, it is decent build quality, Tom. Like I say, you can pick them up. If you look around, you're going to get some bargains on there. Even you should be able to get it from France, because from Holland, I should say. But let's just give you my... See if I can find Le Petit Vapoteur. There you go. Why is this... Right, that's the website that I bought this particular tank from. I'm not affiliated with them in any way whatsoever. That's just where I purchased it from. But this weekend, to the end of today, you can get 20% off if you use that particular site. Cheers, Adrian. Thank you very much, sir. Sub-M Silver Reviews. Just reviewed the Wismet R80 pod kit. Still got a stress headache. Lots of issues, mate. Yeah, I'm not a pod fan. You know that, Neil. But everybody, if you want to check out Sub-M Silver Reviews, he's got his own YouTube channel and he's also writes for EC Click. The YouTube channel is basically little brief excerpts, I think, of the reviews from what I've seen. But the written reviews can be found over on EC Click, so do check him out. Right, I just started building my own cores. I spun a dual core fused Clapton last night. Came out to 0.22 ohm. They were pretty decent cores. Only one little spot was messed up. Nice one, Jose. Is it Jose or Jose? I'm not sure if you're Spanish, Portuguese, Brazilian, whatever. But I do. My ignorant knowledge is that if it's Portuguese based, you pronounce the J's, and if it's Spanish, you pronounce it as a H instead, or an H. Rainwalker, I haven't got the Widowmaker, mate, so I can't compare. Not many Vandy Vape products I buy, mate, because I've had problems with their customer service. I've had the Bonza RDTA, we've had the Coil V2 and the Coil V1, and the Lit, I think. But apart from that, I haven't really bought many Vandy Vape products. But I think it's great. 9 to 9.5 out of 10 for flavour with super smooth airflow. You can't go wrong, guys. Absolutely cracking vape. One of my finds of the year, this one. Spanish, so it's Jose then. I believe it's Jose anyway. Lisa's the one who speaks Spanish. My lovely wife, she can speak pretty good Spanish. I wouldn't say she's fluent in it, but she can converse in Spanish. I'm used to this. I can speak a little bit of French and that's it. But that's the trouble being English. Everyone in the world speaks English. So ignoramus Englishman. Gator RTA here. Clutch Mob, both reviews on the channel, guys. Right, so you got 4 minutes. We're not getting many questions thrown in here today, so we are going to end it very shortly. Anything else you want to say, just give me, put your chat and put your question in chat. We've got 4 minutes to get a shout out on YouTube if you want to, guys. Anyone who's watching this on replay, big love to you all. Thanks for checking in with the channel. Sorry, the reviews are obviously a little bit longer because we're doing them live. So, yeah, it's not going to be a 5-minute video, but I think it's working very well with the interaction from chat. I think it just shows you the sort of issues you might have when you're building it as well. I know we did the build semi-live because I did it last night, but it was still one take and then we narrated over the top. So I think it's working very well. I've really enjoyed doing this review. I'm enjoying them doing it on a Saturday. So we will be continuing to do that in the future. Right, Tom saying, oh yes, here in the Netherlands, they want to ban the flavours in the sale. Yeah, that's not good at all, Tom. Is there no way you can import them still? Cheers, Tetley Man. Thank you very much. Street Seaver, thank you very much indeed. Right, guys, so we're not getting any questions, so I just want to say my thank yous now. Right, to summarise, this tank is cheap and cheerful these days. If you look in the right place, you can pick it up for less than £20, equivalent in dollars, I presume, elsewhere. It's a really good tank, smooth airflow, great flavour. A little bit of a drawback, we've got 2mm capacity, but you can use it in squonk mode, so it brings it right up. We got a little bit of a leaky bottom if you're using it in regular 510 pin mode, but that's just on my one. I'm not saying that yours will be. But cracking floor, cracking draw, cracking flavour. Build quality is very good on this one. So it does get a huge thumbs up from me. There you go. Hablo español cuando pueda. At least I don't know what the hell that means, but anyway, so let's wrap it up, guys. We're going to get it done in less than an hour. It's amazing. So thank you very much, Neil. Another well-crafted review, mate. Spot and mix of live and pre-record. Thank you very much, mate. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I might do that again, in fact, because it was a little bit less stress for me to do it that way. But it was one take live. There was no frigging about. I did that. The unboxing was one take, and we just narrated over the top. I think it worked very well. So hopefully the quality looked a little bit better this week because we're using the Canon camera for the download sections. I haven't got the capacity to be able to stream using that camera because you need a special lead and you need like a cable for the batteries and that, which I haven't got, and they cost a lot of money. So for the time being, we're going to just do it like this. Adrian, big thanks for that. So I'd just like to say a huge thank you to everyone that has watched, everyone that's tuned in, everyone who's watching on the replay. You are all legends. I love you a lot and look forward to seeing you on next week's show. So take care, guys. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all again very soon indeed. Cheers, guys. See you later. Fucking